Al pals, or however many of you might actually be out there right now. This is Big Al. Welcome to Big Al Presents a surprise impromptu an afternoon with Al with my brand new intro video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it kind of looks like something you might see on Blue's Clues, but I'm okay with that because it's happy, it is joyful, and it was fun to put together. And that's basically what my channel's all about: being happy, being fun. And let's say hi to who we've got. Wow, I actually got like 4 people eyeballs up here. That I am shocked. It pays to advertise 15 minutes before I do an impromptu chat, it seems. Go Team Ghost Planet forevermore. Hi, Big Al. Hi, thank you, and hi to you too. Hey, Orville Nation. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Still reeling from the last Orville season, and I'm hoping for a fourth because that was some of the best sci-fi I have seen in a long time. And Daniel Heron, how are you doing, sir? You're working but listening. That is fine with me. Sound Engraver, my dear, dear, lovely friend, how are you doing? Yes, you are catching me live in the afternoon. I was laying here thinking to myself, it was about time. I've been wanting to do one for a while now, and it just kind of took a little while to get the gumption to have the stars align, and they aligned today. So I figured I'd go on, kind of answer any questions, give you some updates on what's going to be coming up on my channel. Uh, and, like I said, any questions you guys have, and I do have a few viewpoints I'm going to be giving. Oh, we may have an announcement this week, Disney Plus Day. Oh, I hope so. God, I hope so. I think the Orville was so good this year. If anybody out there hasn't watched it, please do. It's sci-fi done right. It just is. Seth MacFarlane, who has been a long time Star Trek fan, wanted to do his own kind of a version of it, and man, did he knock it out of the park. Some of the things that are coming up on my channel. I am starting off this Friday night with a special rewatch, which is going to be kind of a unscheduled but continuing series of rewatches, which I'm going to be kind of calling Fantasy Fridays. It's an extension of Films with Friends, where me and a friend or two, or however many want to join me, watch a film, a fantasy film or some kind of fantasy franchise. And this Friday, I am going to be joined by Aged Boomer, and we're going to be watching the first 2 episodes of the 1980s BBC series Robin of Sherwood. They encompass the story Robin Hood and the Sorcerer. We both love that series, and I wanted to watch it with a friend. And so we're going to be watching Robin of Sherwood for the first 2 episodes. The plus about it is that they are on YouTube, and they're also on Pluto. So you ain't got to pay nothing, and you could watch along. I don't need I don't do Cosme like we do on Saturdays, so it will be up to you guys to find whatever we will be watching on a Friday night. But I'm hoping that becomes a continuing series, not every week, but every once in a while. When I get a chance to watch something a little more fantasy oriented, like a sword and sandal film from the 50s, like a Jason and the Argonauts, or any of the Hercules Steve Reeves films, or an 80s sword and sorcery film, like Sword and the Sorcerer or something like that. Just once in a while. And if anybody out there wants to join me doing that, give me a contact, and we'll set something up. And if I can get a hold of the film, I'll be glad to join. And that goes for any time really. I love watching a movie. I love watching something and want to join. But that is this Friday. Oh, and it is at 7 p.m. because Aged Boomer does have a stream he does at 10, and I want to give him plenty of time to rest. I'm a very accommodating host that way. So this Friday at 7 p.m., Robin of Sherwood, which is just a really cool series from the BBC that they did back in the 80s. Great music, great cast, love it. Saturday night, uh, it'll be the first entry in what I am proudly and somewhat misogynistically calling Sex Comedy September. We're going to be watching the 1981 raunchy comedy Porky's, because why not? Uh, just going to have a little adult fun, not too adult, but adult enough. Definitely an R-rated film. So we're going to be watching Porky's, and in 2 weeks after that, Sex Comedy September continues with Fast Times at Ridgemont High. So that is what's coming up uh, in September on my Films with Friends on Saturday night at 10 p.m. The Saturday night will be with Troy and Annette, and Boomer's always got an invite. Uh, Birdman's got an invite. Soundtracks of Birdman, if he ever feels like commentating on a soundtrack. Although, Daniel, I know you're out there listening. I know you get a little sleepy on a Saturday night because you are a hardworking man, my friend. No problem. But Daniel and I, every now and then, we did one a few weeks ago. We watched King Solomon's Mines on just a random Thursday night, and that was a lot of fun. And that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. I like to watch movies. I like to watch them with people as much. I mean, I'll watch a film alone, like I did last night. I watched that new Gigi and Nate movie, the monkey movie with the guy in the wheelchair. I've been wanting to watch that because being a wheelchair user myself, I kind of felt drawn to it. I will be posting a review of that maybe later today, probably tomorrow. We'll see how the rest of this day goes. But let's see if anybody has anything they want to talk about, or if anybody else has joined up. We'll see. Go Team Ghost Planet. Big Al, Netflix plans to ruin Castlevania. Uh, Rondo of Blood. They skipped Simon Belmont and his grandson from the Game Boy. I don't watch the Netflix version. I personally prefer the games. I am not that much of a Castlevania person. I know the Fan Man is. Oh, and by the way, the Fan Man is back in the entertainment business. He's got a podcast. You'll be learning more about it. He will be talking about Superman. Superman Lives. It is currently on Spotify. Look up Superman Lives with Chris Moe. I hope I could say that. I just said that without his permission, but it's up and running. I listened to it last night, and so the Fan Man is kind of back. So keep a peek out. Now he's not going to be Fan Man anymore, from what I understand. So he's always reinventing himself, and that's fine. That's his choice. But it's just good to have him back. Great to hear his voice. Great to hear his opinion and his opining over his favorite superhero, Superman. Yeah, Orvanish sounds that good. Go Team Gross Play. You both love Robin Hood. Have you ever seen the Robin of Sherwood from the BBC? Much more fantasy oriented. There's magic. There's the old Celtic religion. There's Herne the Hunter is in it. It definitely does have a little mysticism aspect to it, which I really like. But the music really dragged me to it. Clannad, which is a Celtic group, just a great soundtrack, which I'll be talking about more on Friday with Boomer. Go Team Go. I both recommended the Ator films. They reuse the troll suits. Yeah, I've seen the Ator films, Ator the Mighty Eagle, and there was another one that they don't. I don't think he's in the title, but it is an Ator film. And who's the actor who plays it? He played Tarzan. I can't think about it, but yeah, films like that I want to kind of do once in a while. Just bad, fun, bad movies. The really bad movies, but that are a lot of fun to watch. One title came to my mind: Your Hunter from the Future. If anyone's ever heard of that, starring the great Reb Brown, who was Captain America on TV in the '80s. Was it? Did he make the '70s or was it just in the '80s? I forget, but Red Brown played Captain America, and those were some fun films. Uh, I should do the American Pie films or Animal House. I did Animal House. Did Animal House last year, I think. I don't remember exactly when, or was it Nanette that did Animal House? I think we did Animal House on Netter's Network. Um, but yeah, American Pie, definitely some to come up with. I had to pick two. I only had 2 weekends, so I went with Porky's and Fast Times. They were very big when I was growing up. Definitely be talking a little bit about that as we watch the films because they came out in '81 and '82, I think. So early '80s when I was definitely in my high school years. So they kind of help. I mean, anybody my age will remember the first time they saw Fast Times because they'll still be able to recall the vision that is Phoebe Cates coming out of that pool. That to me was as big a part of my teen years as Princess Leia in the metal bikini. So, uh, okay, you're asking Orville Nation about streaming plans in September. Miles O'Keefe, yes, Miles O'Keefe. I forgot his name, but definitely Miles O'Keefe. Yeah, I'm not used to doing the hide and show thing of the comments, so let me try to start getting into that. But yeah, Miles O'Keefe. I do remember him playing Tarzan at one point. I've seen him in a few things. He's kind of like the poor man's Michael Beck, who's a poor man's, I don't know, something else. Michael Beck, famously from Xanadu and The Warriors. I need to do The Warriors too. The Warriors is a cool film. If anybody has seen those, kind of the gang film from the '80s. Uh, Doctor Doom is your favorite superhero, Daniel? Okay, Daniel, I know you're joking, but really, come on, Doctor Doom. Today you could, I guess, in today's world, he would be considered a superhero, depending on your point of view. Uh, Speaking of Doctor Doom, I've heard that not DC, the MCU's been hiring or getting some people under contract. Uh, Supposedly, they're going to be doing the Fantastic Four without Krasinski, although I've heard that Krasinski may make more appearances later. But they've got some other guy who may be doing their mainstream Fantastic Four version of Mr. Fantastic, which I mean, I love John Krasinski in that role. He to me was one of the better things about the Spider-Man movie. But I can see where he might be a little on the older side. But if you don't do an origin film and you have a more established set of heroes in the Fantastic Four, ones who have been working for a while, you could just do like 15 minutes of uh, exposition at the beginning of the film and go into a fully working, experienced group of superheroes taking on, got to have Doctor Doom. If you're going to do Fantastic Four, you got to bring in Doctor Doom. Uh, Joshua V, hello, sir. How are you doing? Go to Goza. We got old man Logan baby Hulk figure. Okay, I don't know what that is, but sounds interesting. Um, I don't do figures. Oh, I will say I do want to share this. Like I said, my stream and nobody else has thrown me any questions, so I'm going to say this. I, as many of you know, it's been over a year since I moved into my new apartment, and it's been a goal of mine to eventually get into my boxes of books and collectibles to start putting them up so that I can have access and, well, quite frankly, play with my toys. So I did have my friends a few weeks ago got out some of my books for me, and that had allowed me to get those up. And yesterday, my nurse was here and got some of my boxes out with my collectibles and toys and things like that, and just odds and ends. Uh, and I am just finding some of the coolest things that I'd forgotten about. I mean, I knew I had them, but out of sight, out of mind. Like an old 70s toy called a Sonic Phaser. Sadly, it does not work anymore because it's old from the 70s. Lord knows what the inside workings look like. But it used to have like several different sound effects depending on where you pulled the lever. And it just looks like this, ray gun from the future. I found that. So I've been going around the apartment kind of, you know, pretending to shoot things just for fun. I'm a 57-year-old man. I'm going around my apartment pretending to shoot things. Oh, it is so sad, but that's part of me. I embrace life. I embrace the youth that is still within me. My body may say, well, my body feels like it's 80. Um, my birth certificate says I'm 57. But my heart and my mind still I'm still that teenage kid, that's going around playing with, my toys. And yeah, the Sonic Phaser. I really oh, and it's Phaser Phazer, I think, or Fazor. I forget. It's actually written on the side. Um, but I put a battery in it, it didn't work. So sadly, my and my Battlestar Galactica handheld game, I found that. Sadly, it no longer works either. 9-volt batteries, man. Those old toys that use 9 volts. I wonder if maybe I've got a tube. Maybe I should get like an old fashioned regular alkaline battery and try it out. Maybe I'm giving it too much juice because that didn't work. But I found my NX01 Enterprise still in the box, but I'm going to rip that sucker out of the box because I believe if you got a toy, play with it. If you want to keep one in a box, buy two. Uh, if I had known when I was a kid about how much some of those toys would be, I'd have kept them in boxes, but I would have tried to bought two and then played with the second one. But I'm at the point now where I don't see myself selling anything. I'm more of leaving it to the next generation or a friend after I pass. Uh, I've often said, my friends have my permission after I die to come in and just raid the house. Just take home whatever you want. First come, first serve. Either that or I'm going to have the church have a big yard sale and have them keep the money for the church's funds and, the benefit of my church, which actually might sound like a better idea. I'm going to have to talk to my priest about that. But yeah, I found that. I found my Darth Vader goblet. It's it's like a little body with a big Darth Vader head that you can drink out of. Which was kind of cool. That was a Christmas gift because it came with cocoa. I don't know if the cocoa is still any good because this thing is a few years old. Uh, I found that, and I found few. I found my Bigfoot Christmas ornament that the Fan Man gave me a couple years ago, which is awesome. And it's just cool going through stuff and finding things that have been out of sight for so long. Um, you have a Ghost Team Ghost Pay. You have a mint condition Turbo Man. I never got the Turbo Man thing. I mean, I saw Jingle All the Way, but I never thought about getting the Turbo Man toy. Um, I did find my Battlestar Galactica figures, my little Adama, and I'm talking original Battlestar Galactica. I'm not talking about the reboot. But my Adama, I think Starbuck, Apollo, my little Daggett, the weird alien. I think they're called ovioids or something. The weird alien and a Cylon. And I also found my Buck Rogers and Wilma Deering figures and Tweaky. I got those, but man, poor Buck and Tweaky, both they were like the figures that had like I guess they were like rubberized cords or something, and now he's all floppy. I feel bad. Wilma's held up. Wilma's held up good. Buck and Tweaky got a little loosey and the goosey in the midsection. Um, I need to find somebody who can fix those. But yeah, that's kind of the stuff I'm coming across. I've still got. I found my Polar Lights Enterprise model, which I never put together, but I'm going to. I think I finally got it because I figure if I want to keep the box, I can always just keep the box and put together and have the box and the Enterprise. But it's one of those small ones. It's not like one of the big 12-inch Enterprises. I do want a big Enterprise. Remember that Illinois lottery, or the guy in Illinois who won the lottery? If that were me, who like won over $1 billion in a lottery, or say 600 million by the time taxes are taken out. Poor guy. Oh, 600 million. How can you live on 600 million? But I would definitely find someone who would make me like a 10-foot Enterprise, like something like you would find in the Smithsonian, like that size, if not bigger, and just and have a house with a very high ceiling, and have the ceiling done like a planetarium and just hang the Enterprise there. Everyone has lotto dreams. That is mine. I don't think I'd be the only one who would think that. Um, but yeah. Uh, but like I said, I also want to talk about TV, streaming, things like that. Um, oh, keep up the stream out. You need to send an email. You'll be back. Well, I intend to. I'm just talking. This is for future generations. It's saying I got 4 people listening. That's cool. I'm happy. Like I said, send me any questions you might have. I'm gonna probably. I don't know about answering one, but I'm definitely going to give my opinion on the current state of streaming. I know my other friends, Sound Engraver being one, have been putting out their opinions about the latest batch of streaming shows. You have She-Hulk. You've got uh, Rings of Power. You have the Game of Thrones new series, House of the Dragons. You've got Andor coming out. Now, I think everybody knows by now how my brain works. Can anybody tell me, very quick in the chat, to see if anybody wants to respond to this? What do you think I think of She-Hulk, attorney at law? Anybody? I'll give you a few seconds. I will start by saying I have been watching. I have seen all 3 episodes so far. And if that's not a hint, then I don't know what is. There are a lot of people that are calling this series garbage, um, man hating, uh, terrible CGI. Now, I'm not going to defend the CGI. CGI is a bit wonky. It's better than that first trailer was, though. They've tweaked it. Um, yeah, the She-Hulk twerking would make your eyes melt big out. I saw She-Hulk twerking. I saw you know if anything, Megan the Stallion twerking might have made them bleed. But I like the series. I'm sorry. I like She-Hulk Attorney at Law. And here's why. It makes me laugh. It gives me a smile. I view it as a parody. I don't take anything they say seriously because it's a comedy. It's a joke. I get that. So when they do talk about the man thing, to me that's just satire. It's comedy not to be taken seriously. Hello? I don't take it seriously, which allows me to enjoy it. Uh, I think Tatiana Maslany is doing a fantastic job. She is funny. Her delivery is awesome. She has great comedic timing. Her chemistry with Mark Ruffalo was fantastic. She's got a great supporting cast. Now, like I said, this is just the first 3 episodes. I will say that other MCU TV stream shows have dropped the ball in the past. I'm looking at WandaVision, I'm looking at Loki. Those 2 shows started off decent and then hit a wall and something happened. WandaVision more so than Loki. Loki's last episode dropped it for me because I hated the new villain, Kang. Kang? Is it Kang? I just thought the guy they got to play him just had no gravitas as a villain at all. Couldn't buy him as a villain at all. They should have gotten like, well, I know he's already cast, but someone like an Idris Elba. Now he'd be scary, but this guy does not scare me. So that's where I thought Loki went off the tracks. I liked Hawkeye. I liked Hawkeye a lot, beginning to end. Liked it a lot. Wasn't perfect, but it made me smile. She-Hulk is making me laugh like I don't know what. It just gives me I laugh out loud. I am enjoying it. Maybe it's my mindset, but you all know that. The new Game of Thrones show, I'm enjoying that very much. MCU took Hulk balls away, Hulk completely emaciated. We'll see, like, um, no, he's not. He's not at all. He could still hang. He threw a freaking boulder in orbit. Steve Urkel couldn't do that. They didn't detail it. They Mark Ruffaloed him. They gave him a personality. Yeah, they made him Smart Hulk. Eventually, they're going to have to undo that, I think, though. If you want the real Hulk, you do need to have the Raging Hulk. But for the purposes of this show, they needed Smart Hulk. And that's fine. I'm perfectly fine with Smart Hulk. Steve Soy Hulk or Steve Urkel Hulk. Nah, see, I don't buy that. He's Smart Hulk. He is um, Hulk under control, which to me is not the point of the Hulk. That is true. But I think it was someone to teach Jennifer. Now I will say this: all those people out there who are wanting to fillet me alive for what I'm saying because I like She-Hulk. I'm not that familiar with the comic book version of the character, except some basic stuff. I knew she was an attorney. I knew she had full sensibilities. I know she's green and big and strong and that that kind of thing. And I know they have morphed it a little bit. I'm okay. It does not bother me because I'm not a purist. Uh, I know more people get upset who are comic book purists. I'm not. So a little tweaking here and there, or twerking, as the case may be, doesn't doesn't bug me as much. Um, Hulk and Old Man Logan is 1610 Hulk, and main comics Jack Kirby Hulk are all more manly than the MCU Hulk. That's fine. MCU Hulk is what it is. He can still hang now. He can still fight. Uh, and like I said, She Hulk is a comedy. Sadly, Thor is a comedy. Now see Thor. I had some issues. I thought, been there, done that, made it too funny. I think my review bore that out. If anybody remembers my review on Thor: Love and Thunder, they need to stop the out and out funny stuff unless they want to do an entire series as a comedy, which they've said for She-Hulk, which I'm okay with. But if you want something serious, like I think Thor needs to be more serious, and they've made him a comic character, which I'm not as happy with. That's why I called it Love and Blunder. I thought they overreached, and they did not do service to the character or the story or the universe. So see, I do have opinions that can go the other way. So there, if anybody has an issue with that. But yeah, She-Hulk, I like. Sorry, I do. House of the Dragons, I'm loving it. I never really watched Game of Thrones that much. I do know they screwed up the last season. Uh, I know generally how the show went. I've seen massive parts of it, but I just never watched the series beginning to end and know it intimately like some do. But I'm enjoying House of the Dragons. I like the performances. I like the dramatic tension they're building up. I CGI is a little wonky. If anybody, I read a thing about somebody caught the the king's supposed to not have two of his fingers, but at one scene you could see him wearing like green finger sleeve things that they missed. Um, but I'm enjoying that show. I'm liking the characters that they're building. Matt Smith, who of course played the 11th Doctor, I think is doing a great job as Daemon Targaryen. Uh, just enjoying the show. Really, really am. I have chosen not to watch Rings of Power for the probably the same reason that many of those who aren't watching Rings of Power have chosen to do as well. I do not agree with some of the choices they've made. Has nothing to do with race or feminizing or anything like that. It's about story choices, the aspects of the stories that they're doing. Although I'm sorry, dwarven women have beards. Deal with it. I've been a dwarf. I played D&D in my old days, and one of my favorite characters was a dwarf. I know the dwarves. I know how they are. A little hair on the chin. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Uh, good God. AL, hi. Welcome aboard. Like I said, just having a little afternoon stream here, just talking with the Al Pals, just kind of rambling, um, as it were, ranting maybe in some cases, but just just wanted to talk and socialize, and that's why I'm out here. Like I said, if anybody has any questions, please type them out. Ask me. Um, but as far as other streams, we're looking forward to Cobra Kai coming out on Friday. I'm probably not going to get to watch. I might watch some of it early before I do the Robin of Sherwood rewatch with Boomer. We'll see. I but I am very much looking forward to Cobra Kai. I think Cobra Kai is one of the best series to come down the pike in the last 5 years. I've really enjoyed that series. I hope season 5 is as good as the first 4. I'm looking forward to Andor because, unlike many people who don't think the Disney Plus Star Wars series have been good, I could not disagree with you more. I love The Mandalorian top to bottom. I think it's the best Star Wars that's been done since the original trilogy. Book of Boba Fett had some minor issues, in my view. Minor issues, in my view. But I thought overall very enjoyable, strong series. And you know what? Sound Engraver was talking about the other night about hate watching. I think anybody who hate watches is wasting their daggone time. I have a different viewpoint from other friends of mine who stream, specifically the professor, Sound Engraver. I even differ with Troy and Nanette on some issues. Um, I don't talk about them because I just don't. I will mention them on my channel. Um, in the safety of here, where I can just look away from the screen and not see anybody yelling at me. If they were, nobody is though. But I don't hate watch. If I watch a series or a film, I watch it because I want to watch it, and I watch it for the full purpose of enjoying it. If I, and this is one of the reasons I don't plan to watch Ring of Power anytime soon. I don't think it would bring me joy to watch this. It's got too much baggage right now, and I don't want to deal with it in my own personal headspace. And unlike others, I don't cut out an entire swath of a franchise because I didn't like a couple of the movies. Uh, and that's just me. And my friends know this. If I want to watch something, I'll watch it. If I don't want to watch something, I don't watch it. I didn't watch the Justice League film because I knew by then that they just were not giving me what I wanted. I wasn't enjoying it. I did not enjoy Batman versus Superman. I did not really enjoy Man of Steel at all. So, not going to get the third strike on that one. I have not seen Wonder Woman, although I'm kind of open to it. I'm not interested in Aquaman at all because me and Jason Momoa have our personal issues. He knows what he did. He doesn't, but I know what he did. That's just a personal thing. But yeah, I have my own personal things. I mean, but yeah, if you hate something, don't watch it. I mean, even if you have a YouTube channel, do something you like. Watch something you like. Don't keep railing about something. Don't be watching something you hate and keep telling everybody you hate it because you just watched the newest episode or film entry of it. It's pointless. I mean, I'll give Professor Geek credit. If he don't want to watch nothing, he don't watch it. He may say these are the issues why I don't like it. I don't think anybody else should watch it, but at least he's not watching it himself. That's something. And I don't believe anybody should disagree. If you disagree on things, that's fine. Me and him disagree about the Star Wars shows. That's fine. If he, I wish I could give some of my essence of enjoyment to my friends who haven't been able to find that. That's where I feel bad about it. It's not that they don't like what I like, it's that they're not getting the enjoyment I am. And not specifically from any specific thing, but I am happy and in a joyous state and they're not, and I feel bad because of that. I hope that makes sense. Ale, how am I doing? I'm doing fine. I'm having a decent day so far. Wednesday's a quiet day for me. No nurses. Uh, Groceries done yesterday. I'm chilling. I'm just thinking about what I'm gonna have for dinner. I'm thinking about making some macaroni salad, and I bought myself some pulled barbecue chicken, Jack Daniel's brand. Might have a might have a barbecue sandwich with my pasta salad. Don't know yet. We'll see. Depends on how my stomach goes. Actually, getting ready for school year. Classes start tomorrow. Don't have your schedule yet. Um, cool. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was reading about, was it Seattle teachers are on strike? Uh, Everybody, yeah. I miss being a paraeducator. I used to love my relationship with the students, imparting the knowledge, um, going through the going through the learning process with them. In many cases, I learned algebra sitting in classes with kids that I was kind of helping and assisting. I learned it at the same time they did. Uh, I messed up a few times myself, but I finally learned algebra in my older year. I didn't learn algebra when I was a kid in high school. Just I had a terrible teacher. God rest his soul, but he was a terrible teacher. I learned algebra sitting in algebra class as an adult trying to help kids learn. Um, you've stopped watching TV shows, watching anime and reading manga and YouTube videos. Well, that's cool. I watch YouTube videos too. I do like that. I watch Freakin' Reviews. He's cool. Assorted Food, who are these guys from England who talk about food. I love them. They're cool. But yeah, the Freakin' Reviews guys. He's from Vegas. He reviews as seen on TV products, kitchen gadgets, home gadgets, that kind of thing. Really cool. I've really been kind of getting into Mr. Ballin, who's a storyteller, telling kind of creepy, uh, out there, scary stories that are usually very real, and very effective storyteller. If anybody likes a good, scary, creepy, mysterious story, Mr. Ballin, Mrballen, really cool to listen to. He has a great timbre in his voice, great pacing. It just tells good stories. Um, I also watch a guy who's local here who they Wade the Squatch Man, Wade Richards. He searches for Bigfoot locally, and I like like watching his videos, listening to him. Uh, but yeah, I like it too. And there's all kinds of cool stuff on YouTube. But yeah, some people have just gotten so upset with streams that they've stopped streaming, stopped watching streaming. And I don't want to because I haven't found any displeasure in it aside from the ones that I mentioned earlier. And I'm looking forward to Andor. I'm looking forward to Ahsoka. Sorry, Sound Engraver. I am looking forward to Ahsoka. Uh, I'm hoping they do it justice. I live in hope. I do. I hope to enjoy something. If I don't think I'm going to enjoy something, I don't watch. I don't think I'm going to enjoy Rings of Power. I don't think I'm going to enjoy any DC EU film that comes out because they've proven them wrong. MCU hit or miss for me, so I still give it a chance. And so far, I'm cool. Um, that's just me. Common story. Many people don't know math until they have explained it to it somewhere else. That is true. That is very true. Like I said, I did not understand algebra for the longest time. Somebody had told me it was about primarily simplifying and getting it down to there's a few partially, but like simplifying things if I had known that one simple little phrase, it would have taken me a lot farther. It's, of course, much more than that, but that's a big part of it. Sound great, bless my heart. That is a Southern thing. Well, bless his heart. I know exactly what that means in Southern speak. Oh, he is. Oh, bless him. He must have hit his head. Bless his heart. Yeah, I said I had a terrible math teacher. It was surprising how a teacher can really make a kid not learn. You're right. He basically said, "Here's the book. Read the chapter. Do the problems." And he did them on the board the next day. And he says, "Mark what you got wrong and hand it in." He didn't teach anything. He said, "Read the book." And that's all he did. It was terrible. I will give total credit to the teacher at Chopticon High School algebra class that I sat into. I doubt she would ever watch this because she doesn't do this kind of thing that I know of. But her initials are CR. Excellent, excellent algebra teacher. Taught the kids that I was there to help. Taught me the basics of algebra. I got it. I finally got it after 30 years. I got algebra. God, God bless her heart. Uh, Excellent teacher. Um, but yeah, I mean, I do think learning is lost on the young. It really is. I never loved learning as much as I do as an adult. When I was a kid, I didn't give a rat's butt about it. I was a kid. I just wanted, you know, to have fun. I didn't care about learning, and the Benjamin Button thing there's something right there. As an adult going backwards, save all your fun to as you're going backwards, and suddenly you just suddenly disappear one day when you're a baby. There's something to be said about that. Uh, but yeah, for those who haven't like I said, just do want to do a quick reminder again. Doing a stream with Age of Boomer Friday night, 7 p.m. Watching Robin of Sherwood. It's on Pluto TV. It is on YouTube. We're watching the first two episodes of the Robin of Sherwood BBC series from the 80s called Robin Hood and the Sorcerer. Uh, Saturday night, 10 o'clock, watching Porky's with Troy and Nanette. And then 2 weeks after that, going to be watching Fast Times at Ridgemont High. October, I'm giving you my films with friends rundown right now. October, I'm doing a Nature Attacks Thanksgiving. I'm going to be watching Grizzly and Piranha, both 70s movies influenced by Jaws. So definitely keep an eye out for that. November, we're going to be watching Willow and Legend. Finally watching Legend because everyone knows I love Legend. I cannot do that voice when I think about it. But going to be watching Willow the first part of November because the series starts at the end of November. I think November 30th. So we're going to watch Willow to just kind of remind ourselves of the universe, and watch Legend because one fantasy film, why not another great fantasy film? And not sure which version yet. I am thinking about doing a version the night before the Saturday Films with Friends on a Fantasy Friday, watching the Goldsmith version and the Tangerine Dream soundtrack version. Not sure which night's going to line up, but that's November. It's a long time ahead. And they got some great Christmas films to watch. Classic Scrooge from 51, Alistair Sim, and Miracle on 34th Street. And yes, I know the one I've got on New Year's Eve or day. I'm not sure. I forget when that Saturday is, but I'm going to be watching When Harry Met Sally because that ends on there's some New Year's things in that one. So that that's what I'm going to be doing. Gotta rewatch Dragonheart. Yeah, Dragonheart. That's definitely one that could show up on a Friday night. Like I said, the Friday night one's going to be sporadic for a while. Fantasy Friday. I'm even trying to do an intro. If you guys came late and didn't check out my intro at the beginning of this, let me know. I kind of tried to keep it like an afternoon kiddie show thing. I think anybody who knows my personality will uh, get a kick out of the song because the song it's a free song on YouTube, but it's called Mr. Happy Face. I just thought that just went along with a lot of my stuff. So yeah, Mr. Happy Face. It's kind of a new theme. Um, Die Hard for the Die Hard for the Christmas win. Uh, no, sadly, the Birdman Daniel Herron is under the delusion, like many seem to be, that Die Hard is a Christmas film. It is not. It only takes place at Christmas. It is not filled with the joy of the holiday. Therefore, it is not a Christmas film. Troy and I had a rewatch of that a couple years ago. We discussed it. Um, we stick to our guns on it. That is fine. If you want to think it is, even though you're wrong, go right ahead. Sometimes people that live in a delusion are just as happy as those of us who don't. um, yeah, Die Hard's not a Christmas film. It just isn't. It just isn't. I'm sorry. It takes place at Christmas. But no, already did the rewatch of Die Hard. Though I mean, I'm not um, against ever doing it again as a rewatch. Maybe you know what, Daniel Herron, if you want to do Die Hard this Christmas on Soundtracks with Birdman, invite me along. I'll be there, and you can tell me why you think it is, and we'll have a lot of fun watching Die Hard. Um, do want to, like I said, I do want to give a shout out with to Daniel Herron. Join his YouTube channel, Soundtracks with Birdman. He's not streaming tonight, although usually Wednesday nights he streams a film, he and Boomer, and sometimes a special guest, sometimes me. I was on last week with Eight Legged Freaks, and we have a great time watching a film, talking about the soundtrack and the composer and how the music and the score fits in with the film and how it lifts the films up or sometimes drags them down, depending. Great channel, definitely. Sound Engraver, definitely check her channel out. She's got some great opinions. She streams Monday nights and sporadically on Sundays, I believe, every now and then. Sound Engraver meant to say Big Al, the king of Christmas films. I don't know about being the king of Christmas films, but I'm definitely like my Christmas movies. I live for the Hallmark Christmas uh, season. It starts before Halloween again this year. So, wow, that's like next month. Hallmark Christmas starts next month. Yes. Sorry. Dale Heron, after defeating 12 terrorists with with no shoes and only a Beretta 92 is a Christmas movie. It's not a Christmas movie. If that's a Christmas movie, so is Commando. If it took place at Christmas time, which we know it didn't. Um, I don't think it did. I think it was a summer film. Um, yeah, he rewatched Commando not that long ago either on his channel. But yeah, definitely check out everybody's channels that are on here. I didn't put it in below in my thing. I of course usually put a list of all the friends of my channel down below. Uh, Definitely check out my films with friends. Um, Rewatches definitely got lists of everybody there, including links to Soundtracks with Birdman and Sound Engraver, Professor Geek, Fan Man, Troy Pacelli, Cartan the Cleon Cleric, Netters Network, everything like that. Wolf 10 Media, all friends of the channel. But yeah, Sound Engraver. I need to get you on here and do a rewatch on my channel. Anything you want to rewatch, Sound Engraver, good with me. Be it a film you've never seen and want to experience with me, or a favorite of yours that we can experience, or get the Prof on with us. That'd be fun too. The Prof and I do have a rewatch planned. We just need to find the time to do it. I'm looking forward to that. I've already got the thumbnail for it made. I've had the thumbnail made for like a month and a half now, ever since we decided to do it. We know the movie. It's just getting around to doing it, because I had a ton of fun doing Mannequin with him a few months ago when Troy and Nanette were off for a weekend. That was a lot of fun. I do miss streaming with the Prof. It is a joy. But like I said, anybody out there want to stream a film with me, let me know. I'll do it on your channel, do it on my channel, do wherever you want. Always fun. Not a movie buff. Ha ha ha. That's fine. It could be a TV show. It could be a cartoon. It could be a game playthrough. I would just like to get Sound Engraver on the air and just chat away. Just fun. I think, like I said, if there's a movie out there and you always thought about or heard about, didn't know, it could be anything. If I can get a hold of it, I'll watch it. I just think it's fun. But definitely a lot of fun out there. And I'm really glad a lot of you could join me this afternoon. I've been having a lot of fun talking to you guys over this past hour. Like I said, if anybody's got any questions, please let me know, because I'll be clocking off here. A big plus is that animation is inspired by Monty Python animation, and that Matt and Trey are Python freaks. You're talking about. I missed your South Park comment. Do I like South Park? Yes, I do. I'm on season 17 now. I know it's not for everyone, but I've always thought it was funny. My South Park story, my ex-girlfriend and I watched the first season. When it came out, someone had taped it. I'll tell you how long ago it was. They taped it, and she was over, and we were watching it. I laughed so hard. It just, it just when that probe antenna thing came out of Cartman's butt, and then they had the weird monsterized Stan going chewy chomp. It just that show cracks me up. In fact, I was kind of talking a little bit about it this morning with Birdman. He's a Towley fan. I love Butters. Butters to me is just kind of that happy-go-lucky kid that I just like Butters. Professor Chaos, that he just cracks me up. Gargoyles we watch, definitely up there. Rankin and Bass. Ooh. Yes, the Rankin and Bass Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King thing. Although Ralph Bakshi did Lord of the Rings up through some of Two Towers. But yeah, those would be awesome. Yeah, we got to talk about that. Get it on. This 80s movies and music, another one with a great channel. Joining us, big South Park fan. Yes, South Park is awesome. And Butters, yes, good taste, Miss 80s. Butters is awesome. I love Professor Chaos. I love Pimp Butters. I love Butters when he gets mean and angry before he had his little, I forget what he had to do in Hawaii, whatever they called it. God, yeah. Yeah, South Park makes me laugh. It's such simple, Simple animation done so well. I also like Kenny. Poor Kenny. Um, yeah, Daniel Herron, Miss 80s in the house, into his house. One of my favorite episodes, top 5 or so. Oh wow, I have to my top. Oh wow, okay, yeah. Let me think off the top of my head. My favorite South Park episodes. I like the Coon when Cartman is the Coon. I also like the Coon trilogy when they bring in Cthulhu. I do enjoy that. I like it when the Butters episode, the first full Butters episode, where it's Butters, and he finds out his dad's been visiting, having uh, an interesting liaison with another man. Let's just say that. I like the Imagination Land trilogy. I like the Cartman when I like when Cartman goes in the future, freezes himself, goes to the future. Those are some of my favorite episodes. Yeah, yeah. I like those. Yeah, I like the big. Yeah, when they do like the big long storylines, they're kind of fun. Uh, like, oh man, I'm sorry. I'm just thinking of some like other weird ones that just like really out there. Also like Randy, um, Stan's dad. Randy cracks me up too. Did I watch? No, I didn't see the live concert. I need to find that and watch it. No, I didn't. South Park's Jesus could have been worse. Yeah, he's still portrayed as a good person. Yeah, nothing wrong with Jesus. Jesus is good. And like I said, if there is a show that does a satire or a parody and they make fun of Jesus, it's a parody. If it's a comedy and if it's done for comedy's sake, I'm okay with it. Now, if someone has a show just to bash on Christianity for the sake of bashing on it, that's when I have a problem. But I have a sense of humor. I don't take things that are meant to be humor personally. That's a lot that's going on in the world right now. People are taking things way too personal. Need to grow a little bit of a thicker skin. But yeah, there are times. I mean, if you don't know someone who doesn't like being talking about a certain thing, you don't talk about that person. You don't talk about that thing. If you don't like a TV show that's doing something wrong, don't watch it. I watch. I want to do a case in point. There's a show I watch called Evil. I enjoy the show. It does hit heavy on Catholicism. I will say that. Uh, I think it is a great show. It's got great production values, great writing, great story. I told the prof never watch the show. I know he couldn't take it, um, but I'm able to compartmentalize it, and it doesn't bother me any. So that's good. Um, oh, NAMBLA. Oh yeah, North American Man Boy Love Associations, Scientology, the Mormons. Oh god, yeah, the Mormon episode. I love that episode. And the Scientology episode. You're right. Yeah, the Mormon episode. That cracks me up. When the boys make Christmas rock, make a Christian rock band, Faith Plus One. Yeah, poor Cartman could never get his gold record. Can only get myrrh. uh, okay, Ellie, gotta go. Yeah, I'm not gonna be on here too much longer. I want to get out on my knees and start pleasing Jesus. That is, oh god, poor Cartman. Oh, and the one where Cartman um, goes all Hitler, and cause it's I think it's the passion of the Passion of the Christ episode where um oh, I can't think of his name all of a sudden. Stan, Kyle went to go see Passion of the Christ, and Yeah, that was funny. Favorite grown-up character is Randy, definitely. Yeah, I like Randy. Um, also like uh who else? Who else? I like Mr. Garrison. Yeah, I like Mr. Garrison. He's funny. Passion of the Jew. Yeah, that was the episode. That's what it was called. I did like that. They had all kinds of stuff going on in that episode, especially bringing in Mel Gibson going all crazy, driving the car like out of Mad Max. That was good. Mr. Slave and Mr. Hat and Mr. Slave. Oh, Mr. Slave. We had the Crab People episode. The the metrosexual episode. That's a good one. God, now I'm like thinking now I'm like thinking about South Park. I should turn on Comedy Channel because it's on. I think it's on all day on Wednesdays. Uh, I usually watch Friends reruns or a Hallmark movie, depending on the movie, and Young Sheldon, and then depending on what's on at night, what I'm feeling, either Office, uh, Big Bang Theory, or if I find a good movie on. Really depends. But yeah, South Park is really, and South Park is a show I hold up to be an example. It takes on everybody, makes fun of everybody, and I think that's what good comedy does. And if like I said, if you don't like being made fun of, don't watch South Park because it'll just make you mad. Why make yourself mad? That's why I don't hate watch. Never got into The Office. I should try it. You should try it again. I like The Office. I also like Parks and Recreation. I haven't watched that in a while, but that was a go-to for me. I actually have it on my computer. All the episodes of Parks and Rec, and I used to just watch it ad nauseum. Um, Scrooty Big Booger Balls. Yeah. Um, but what else? Yeah, like that. Young Sheldon, I'm really appreciating a lot lately. Uh, I like it more in the second and third time than I did the original viewing. I really like the writing and the characters on that show and the actors. When I say I like the characters on that show, it's usually due to the actors. Uh, have a lot of fun with them. Um, but yeah, definitely. But yeah, I'm gonna go off and get off here. I really had a lot of fun getting on here. Like I said, I'm gonna try and do this once in a while. I know I say that, but it really takes the right combination today. I would tell you why this slot opened up for me, but might be a little TMI for some people. um, but yeah, just like I said, get on, just kind of tell you guys where I'm at, what's coming up on my channel and things like that. Like I said, Friday rewatching Robin of Sherwood with Boomer, and then Saturday night at 10, going to be watching Porky's. With 2 weeks after that, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. And yes, Robin of Sherwood's going to be at 7 o'clock. As far as I know, give Boomer a little chance before he goes on again to on Troy's uh, last call show. Uh, okay, Miss 80s. I plan on doing a stream tonight, but I'm going to have to postpone it now. I have to work this evening. Yeah, and like I said, check out Miss 80s Movies and Music. Really great channel if you like the music and movies of the 80s. Hello, check out the title of her channel. Um, Great um, channel to belong to. She's got a contest going on right now to give me 5 of whatever you want to give her. Do a video for it, and but check her channel. If you want to know, check my Give Me 5 video that I did. You don't know what the Gimme Five is unless you watch it. Watch it; it'll tell you what the Gimme Five was that I did. But yeah, nice little contest she's holding on her show. Porky's, when is that? Saturday night at 10 o'clock on my channel, 10 o'clock Eastern. I'll be rewatching it with Troy and Nanette. Um, pulling out the 80s sex comedies, a couple of them, just kind of reliving my teen years. Um, gonna have fun with that. Like I said, She-Hulk, I like it. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people out there are bashing on it, and I'm enjoying it. So that's all I can say. And I'm looking forward to everything else. The only thing I'm not watching is Rings of Power. Um, oh, it's 9 p.m. your time. Okay, you love Porky's. You definitely have to come by and talk. Yeah, definitely come on. Chat's open, and usually Troy and Nanette are able to show the film on Cosme, so you can watch along. Because YouTube, I don't show anything on YouTube that could get uh, a copyright strike, so I don't even bother doing watches with video. Every time I've tried to do a video of something, even a trailer, I've gotten bashed and yanked and beat up and my feelings hurt by YouTube, and I just don't want to do it. But that's why you only see the little round head me glowing uh, instead of the movie itself. I just find it easier to do it that way. But yeah, thanks everyone for joining me. I had a lot of fun. I hope everyone has a wonderful hump day continuing. Like I said, check out all my friends' channels, Professor Geek, Sound Engraver, Fan Man, Soundtrack to Birdman, Miss 80s Movies and Music, definitely. Um, Troy Pacelli, Netters Network, everybody out there, anybody who I haven't mentioned, um, just check everybody out. It's awesome. If you haven't subscribed to me, please do so. But you probably wouldn't be here if you hadn't subscribed to me. But if you are here and you didn't subscribe to me, please do so. I'm not a subscription. I'm not like my numbers do not make or break my psyche. But it's nice. It'd be nice to see the numbers go up. But I do it for the socialization. I want to again thank everyone for being here. And here's why I kind of repeat myself a few times, because I want to make sure I do say everything I want to say. I hope everyone just find something out there you want to watch. I hope you enjoy watching it. That's the biggest thing. If you don't want to watch something, don't watch it. Your life is too short to be watching something you don't want to watch. And I'm not going to say too short to watch bad TV or bad movies, because you don't know if it's bad or not unless you watch it. That's just my opinion. I just know if I don't want to watch something. I'm not going to say it's bad. I just say don't want to watch it. So take care, everyone. Have a great day, and I will see you hopefully Friday night when we rewatch Robin Sherwood. Take care. Bye bye.